Hey guys. Yep. So I'm just gonna kind of bullshit where I left off yesterday. Well, first of all, the EBT EBT food stamps are back on the menu, boys. Woohoo! Think of all the people that are gonna be so upset about that. That's glorious. That's glorious. My agenda is being fulfilled. That was my agenda, is just to get food stamps back on, upset all these people that are insist that everyone's abusing the food stamp system. Like, I don't care. Anyhow, so yeah, I'm just going off of where I left off yesterday. I think it's important for someone like me to view my own motives about my channel and to be honest with the viewer about what is the point? Why am I doing this channel? Am I trying to become the next internet influencer? So motives. What is my motive? Do I have a selfish, self-serving motive in doing this channel? And I mean, if I were to just have to answer that off the cuff right now, I would say, yeah, there is some element of selfish, self-centered, self-serving motive in my channel. Yes. If I were to, be as honest as I can, I would say everybody has a selfish, self-serving motive in life, But some people are just tempered, whereas others are, it's just they get out of control with their selfish, self-serving motives, Like, we all need to breathe. We all need to eat. We all need access to clean running water. We all need access to shelter, food, right? So, I mean, whatever, Now, so I've got shelter. I got my little trailer. It ain't much, but just like I'm not much, but I'm all I think about. I'm not much, but I'm not much, but I'm all I think about. And this place that I live isn't much, but it's all I think. I love it. I have a shelter. It's great. I don't mind, And I haven't eaten anything today, but that's mostly because I don't feel like eating. I'm not much of a morning person, so. Anyways, but I do have food. I've got milk in the refrigerator. I've got cereal. I've got bread. I've got peanut butter. I've got jelly. I've got coffee. I've even got like some brats that I could fry, and eggs that I could fry up on my stove. And water. I've got water, clean water. It's right here in this big giant glass jug. I got water. So, in that sense, I'm okay. So if I had an agenda, like if I could just, always be careful what you wish for. This is something that I've had to learn the hard way in life. I'm one of those people that I need to have rules and not necessarily rules, but like guidelines set in place for me. I'm just one of them kind of people. That's all there is to it, But like basically my guidelines are like honesty. It's important to be honest. It's important. And I mean, I don't know. I'm a sucker for that shit. I'm a sucker. Like I just right or wrong, I believe that honesty is important, and honesty oftentimes gets me in trouble. What do they say? No good deed goes unpunished. Times are gone for honest men. I don't know. I could argue that that's true. Times are gone for honest men. Only liars make it in this world. But then, of course, people are going to argue otherwise. They're going to say that's not true. The only reason people don't make it in this world is because they're lazy, mentally ill, drug addicted, criminal, vagrant, degenerate bums who failed to take personal responsibility for their life. But then there's that Soundgarden song that says times are gone for honest men, and it sometimes far too long for snakes. Oh, that's not true. Times aren't gone for honest men. It's only anybody who thinks that, they're just as lazy, mentally ill, drug addicted, criminal, vagrant, degenerate, who failed to take personal responsibility for his life, support life decision. Anyways, so is there a price? Is there a price for my channel? Like people, going back to what I was talking about, like people wanting to give me support my channel by sending me money, and I'm like, no, because the price. See, look, the only way to support my channel is just to watch it. So yeah, do I have an agenda about that? Yeah, I want people to watch my channel. I want engagement, on the subjects that I talk about. The reason I want engagement is because if I'm talking about something and I'm wrong, and people start kind of engaging in a reasonable way, well, then they can explain to me where I might be wrong. Like if I say that it's not true that all or most homeless people are lazy, mentally ill, drug addicted, criminal, vagrant, degenerates. Like if I say that and I'm wrong, and my channel is like based on this rejection of the idea that all or most homeless are just lazy, mentally ill, drug addicted, criminal, vagrant, degenerates who deserve their poverty. If my channel is like consistently rejecting that idea, and yet I'm wrong, and I should be accepting that idea that most or all homeless are lazy, mentally ill, drug addicted, criminal, vagrants who deserve their poverty. Well, then I want people to like present the case. I want to be. I'm seeking to understand how it is that I'm wrong in rejecting this idea. I really am truly seeking, like, well, and all these years since like 2007 or even before that, even many years before that, I've never had anybody give me a compelling argument in support of the idea that all or most homeless are just lazy, mentally ill, drug addicted, criminal, vagrant, degenerates who fail to take personal responsibility for their lives and therefore deserve their poverty and misery, and etc. I've never been presented with a compelling case and argument in support of that idea. And even though I never have, that's the consensus at large. The consensus at large with the majority of Americans is that homeless people are just, all or most homeless are just lazy, mentally ill pieces of shit that deserve their misery and poverty. That's the consensus nationwide. But like, where's the compelling argument to support it? See, it's like all these people, they feel like they don't have to have anything to support their argument, because it just is what it is. Like that's as true as the sky being blue. And if you're going to reject the idea that the sky's blue, well then, what's wrong with you, Well, I could argue that the sky isn't necessarily blue. Because at night, when you look at it, it's not blue. It's like black. It's not blue. So is the sky really blue? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, during the day it is, oftentimes. But at night, it's never blue. So is the sky really blue? Am I stupid for arguing that maybe the sky isn't blue? No, because every night the sky is not blue. Am I stupid for arguing that there's a good chance that it's not true that all or most homeless are just lazy people who brought their misery upon themselves and deserve their poverty and misery? Am I Like, am I wrong in arguing that this is bullshit? This just sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me. Where's the facts? Where's the compelling argument and supportive statements to support this claim that homeless people deserve to be homeless in the United States of America? These U.S. American citizens that are homeless and poor, they deserve their homelessness and poverty. Where's the facts to support this? I don't see it. I never have. And I've been begging people to show me for like decades. I've been begging, like, please, can someone provide me with the compelling evidence to support this idea that poor and homeless Americans deserve their poverty and homelessness? And there is nothing. And so, yes, the price of watching if you want to support my channel, then the only thing is to listen to what I'm saying and show me where I'm wrong. Like what? So, yeah, to me, that's of far more value than like sending me money. Like, why do I care? Like, I think money is stupid. Okay? I think money is like gay. Okay? It's like tools. Okay? Okay, a tool. Okay? Let's say I have a tool, a Leatherman or a wrench. Well, what's the difference if I have like 2 Leathermans or I have 200 million Leathermans? The tool, the use of the tool doesn't change at all. Like if I have 3 Leathermans, the Leatherman is still the same purpose if I have 3 of them as opposed to if I have 3 million of them. So, you know, and so you can argue, well, you could sell those. Well, yeah, I could. But then I'd have to go through all this trouble of setting up an LCC and hiring people and doing all this stuff. And maybe I'm just not interested in doing that. Maybe my forte is like I'm a good guitar player. I can write cool rock and roll songs. Well, if my talent and my skill set is in like writing rock and roll songs, what good is 3 million Leatherman going to do me? I mean, yes, it could and it couldn't, but the thing is so I'm gonna start the entrepreneurship of selling Leathermans. Why? For money. For money, okay. But what if I care more about writing and playing rock and roll songs than I do money? And then you can argue, well, that's what you want to balance it out. So what you do, and see, this is all like business. Everything is business. Well, if you take a business approach, and that's okay, but like, that's like a one size fits all, you know, one size fits all. And that's the whole problem with society is everything is one size fits all. Oh, you just need to, you know, wear the same clothes that everyone else is. Just do it. So if everybody's wearing gay pink Carhartts, but I like to wear Megadeth shirts, but that's not cool because what's cool is everybody's wearing pink Carhartts. Well, I have to not wear my Megadeth shirt and wear pink Carhartts and just go along with it. But why? Why? I mean, I'm just trying to be honest in the sense, like, I don't really give a shit about money, you know? Like, and then you're going to say, well, then you just deserve your poverty or whatever. It's like, well, wealth is a construct. What good is material wealth if I have cancer, if I'm riddled with cancer? What good is wealth if I'm a total fucking like demoralized piece of shit asshole? Like, what good is wealth going to do me? All it's going to do is make me even more of a corrupted, demoralized asshole piece of shit, right? Well, then what good is all that money going to do me if I'm a demoralized asshole, evil piece of shit, psychopath, retarded cunt? And then I get a bunch of money because I have 3 million Leathermans that I'm selling. It's not going to do me any good. I might as well just go eat fucking dirt, you know? I might just go as well fucking just like be a bum. I'd be better off. What about the saying, riches breeds corruption? Oh, that's not true. It says all the people that have a lot of riches. Anybody that has a lot of riches is gonna be inclined to argue that that statement is not true. That riches breeds corruption. How dare you call me corrupt? I'm not corrupt. Just because I'm rich doesn't mean I'm corrupt. See, that's the stereotype of rich people, is that they're just corrupt asshole fucking cunts. But see, rich people don't like that stereotype. They're like, how dare you? Don't you dare say that about rich people. Riches don't breed corruption. You know, rich people are always going to be inclined to reject the stereotype of rich people. And what's the stereotype of rich people? Look at Fauci. That's let me list off the stereotype of your average rich person. Fauci, Bill Gates, Trump, Biden, the Rothschilds, the Epsteins, P. Diddy. This is the stereotype of rich people. The Obamas, you know, the Pelosi's, the Bidens, the Trumps, you know, all these fucking stupid Hollywood fucking stars. This is the stereotype of rich people. But if you try to talk about that publicly in the public square, you'll get ignored mostly. And whenever you don't get ignored, you'll get attacked. Why? Because rich people dominate and control the narrative. All narratives. And so even though it's obvious that that's the stereotype of your average rich person is Bill Gates, Fauci, Trump, Biden, Kamala Harris, Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, you know, and his wife, whatever her name is. This is the stereotype of rich people. But if you try to talk about that in the public arena, the public square of the market of ideas or whatever you want to fucking call it, it's always the same. You get ignored. And the small percentage of the time you don't get ignored, you're getting dogpiled by the masses of useful idiots, CIA stooges, sheeple, NPCs, and retards. And like so going back to supporting my channel, like people like my agenda. My agenda is that you know, people watch and listen to me and then like engage. Like if you disagree with me, explain to me first of all how that's not the stereotypical fucking rich person is Bill Gates, Fauci, Trump, Biden, Kamala Harris, the Rothschilds, you know, Jeffrey Epstein, P. Diddy, that's explain to me how that is not the stereotype of rich people, okay? It is. Riches breeds corruption. You can see it over and over again. Riches breeds corruption. Look at Jeffrey Epstein. Riches breeds corruption. Look at the Rothschilds. Riches breeds corruption. Look at the fucking Faucis and Bill Gates and all these fucking scumfucks of the world. Riches breeds corruption. Explain to me how I'm wrong. That's the stereotypical rich person. See, people want to talk about stereotypes all the time, like blacks. The stereotypical black. And then we're all supposed to agree, like, yeah, that's right. That's right. Preach. Yeah, that's right. The stereotypes of homeless people and poor people. Yeah, that's right. Everybody agree. Yeah. But when it comes to the stereotype of rich people, how dare you say that? That's just a stereotype. That's not a real thing. See what I'm saying? Like, it's obvious that the narrative is controlled, that the conversation is controlled, that the discourse is controlled in favor of a particular person and people. Fauci's, Gates, Epstein's, Trump's, Biden's, Obama's, Kamala Harris. Like, those are the protected people. And it's obvious when you observe the discourse, the public discourse in the public arena, the public square, the public market of ideas. It's always rigged towards the stereotypical Fauci, Epstein, P. Diddy, Trump, Biden. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. And see, then they will default to, well, that's because those people are the special people. They're the better people. Like, are you fucking retarded? How retarded are you? And then people just throw up their hands like, oh, okay, this guy, I'm not even going to have this conversation anymore. And then they storm off to go simp and cuck for all of these fucking people, all these rich people. Simp and cuck to the rich, simp and cuck to the rich. It's always the same. And so my agenda is that people listen to things like this that I'm saying and engage. Like, explain to me how I'm wrong. Why is the stereotype of homeless and poor like totally important and accurate and everybody's in consensus on that stereotype? But when you look at the stereotype of the rich, like even though it's obvious, there's a stereotype about Fauci, Bill Gates, Epstein, P. Diddy, Trump, Biden, Obama. The stereotype is obviously there, but then it's like crickets. It's like the elephant in the room. Nobody wants to talk about it. And anybody that does want to talk about it, they always get upset. They're like, how dare you say that about rich people? I'm out, dude.